Says we're live.
Once we said that thing about AI, that's what happened.
All right, let's see. So on my side, OBS is showing it. What's going on? Let me know if y'all see on the YouTube studio side.
I don't see it yet.
All right.
No, me neither.
Oh, yeah, we're live. We're live.
We're live. Yay. Awesome.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I don't know what that was about, but we got to do an ad read. So we'll see what's up. Hold on, let me just get my stuff
we got to
together.
redo it.
We got to redo it. Give me a second.
They didn't like the stuff that
Chat
I
is
was
back.
saying.
Chat is back. All right, I see y'all. He said we here. Yeah, they shut us down. He said I was so alone.
King's fault.
They're gonna be funny. All right.
It probably was.
Mute your mics. We have to pay the bills. Today's episode of Iron Laws Podcast is brought to you by FactorMeals. Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Factor's gourmet meals are fresh, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, and ready to heat in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 40 different options to choose from every week across 8 different dietary menu preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Reach your goals in 2025 with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. Lord, you know the name of the game for me is health is wealth, but the craziness of my schedule, it's often difficult to balance all aspects of my life, and something inevitably suffers. But thanks to Factor Meals, that something never has to be my nutrition. I love ordering my Factor Meals weekly, and the selection is expansive, including my delicious smoky Gouda chicken that comes with the roasted red potatoes and then Parmesan green beans. Plus, I love ordering Factor Meal add-ons like the amazing chocolate banana protein shakes. Factor can help you feel your best all day long with a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast pancakes, wholesome smoothies, and more. So, Lords, what are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals by eating smart with Factor. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code factorpodcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code factorpodcast at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off your plus free shipping on your first box. Salute the Factor Meals for rocking with the realm. I use them consistently. Always good to see. Eat very easy to set up. And yeah, man, shout out to them for repping with the Lords. We'll definitely get y'all a link. Will be in the description for those who want to support. Yes, we are back. No doubt. Everything looking good, y'all. All right. We think we are back now officially. Salute, salute, salute. All right, so we got to get into these topics.
They tried to assassinate the God.
They try to assassinate the God once again, man. They don't want me to be great, but it's okay. We're going to fight through. No doubt. So we got the next joint set up at it. Kind of a dual topic, but we'll get this thing going. Ubisoft, man. Ubisoft's outside. There's a lot of information going on with the IPs and all that. Ubisoft shareholders plots protests outside Paris headquarters, accusing company of failing to reveal discussions with Microsoft, EA, and others allegedly interested in acquiring IPs, threatening to sue for misleading investors. So a minority shareholder in Ubisoft is attempting to organize a protest outside the company's headquarters, saying that it failed to disclose alleged discussions with Microsoft, EA, and others. Publishers reportedly interested in acquiring its franchises. There's a statement seeing this gentleman's name, Juraj Krupa, of CEO of AJ Investments. That's hilarious. Claimed AJ outside. AJ people outside. Yeah, AJ Investments claim Ubisoft is horribly mismanaged by current man. He got a coup going on.
Sounds kind of shit.
That sounds kind of crazy. And what's a clear roadmap for recovery from the senior team to address declining shareholder value, lackluster operational execution, and failure to adapt effectively to market trends. Krupa alleged that Ubisoft has not been transparent about its decision-making, accusing the firm of hiding information. It seems like something adequate his team would do, including an Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC partnership with the Saudi investment firm Savvy Group. The shareholder also pointed out a restricted article published by business investment platform about discussion between Microsoft, EA, and others that are interested in acquire IPs from Ubisoft. Management did not inform the public about these steps either, Krupa claimed. Now, Ubisoft did follow up with a statement to IGN. They said, as we mentioned during our Q3 sales, the review of various transformational, strategic, and capitalistic options is ongoing. The board has established an ad hoc independent committee to oversee this formal normal and competitive process so as to extract the best value from Ubisoft's assets and franchises for all stakeholders. Ubisoft will inform the market in accordance with applicable regulations if and once a transaction materializes. Yes, King, you have something to say before I give it to you.
They got caught having side deals in the corner. Say, what you talking about over there?
He said,
when it's my turn, I got a lot to say.
enough. Addict, this is your topic. Obviously, Ubisoft's outside. They're being accused, not being transparent, but also the rumors of the IPs. And I know you had a video out talking about, pay potential interest maybe from Microsoft and EA on the IPs. So how you feeling on this, man? It's your topic.
I don't know if I don't know if Ubisoft would sell as a whole. So, I don't know if they would sell IPs individually.
Right.
I felt like, if they went private, they would want to sell as a whole. I don't know, man. Like, look, Ubisoft, they're not in the greatest position right now. I feel like they've had a couple games that didn't perform like they initially intended. And keep in mind, like, the Star Wars game, like, license thing, very expensive. I think a lot of their company rolls on how well Assassin's Creed Shadows does. Do I think that's going to like result in them going bankrupt or nothing? No. But I do think that's going to determine like how they invest going forward. We've heard these back and forth. How many times was Warner Brother for sale? like for years. You could probably look up an ILP video podcast of us talking about someone buying Warner Brothers for like a decade. So these conversations happen all the time. I'm willing to bet you if you go and you're able to like look at everyone that these companies talk to, they talk to multiple people every year. Some of it goes into a letter of intent, some of it doesn't, and some of it's just like, look, like, would you be interested if we pulled up like that? So I think for the most part, like what you're seeing here is the investors upset because they weren't told that they're considering being bought. I don't even know if that's legal. Can you have conversations like that and not tell your shareholders?
That's a good question.
Like, I don't know. I'm not a shareholder of any way, shape, or form, so I've never been in these kind of rooms. It's like, look, like they got a lot riding on Assassin's Creed Shadow. The game could come out and be a massive success, and they don't have none of these issues. Because here's the thing. Assassin's Creed's always done so well that they've been able to like offset a lot of the issues that the industry has. Doesn't look like that's the case right now. And you can make the argument that maybe the qualities went down to a lot of people because they're pushing out Assassin's Creed every year now. Okay. So maybe if gamers think the quality went down, maybe gamers think that overall they're just tired of playing Assassin's Creed every year. But we've been dealing with this for a few years now. I would say that like Assassin's Creed, especially the yearly releases, it's been like every year for a minute now. Regardless if it's like a bigger title or not bigger title. I enjoy Assassin's Creed even till now. So as far as like IPs that because here's the thing,
let's talk about these IPs.
But I don't think they have IPs that would sell well by themselves. So I think that in order for them to make that's one of them.
Division?
Yeah, see, no one's buying that.
Oh no, slow mo.
To me, the best way they get as much money as possible is sell as a whole. You're buying these other franchises even if you don't want them because you're buying the whole company if we go private. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it's one of those situations where it's like, I think until we see the results of Shadows, we're not going to know. Because if it's worse than they anticipated in terms of sales-wise, they might accelerate this. Now they willing to sell Assassin's Creed just to get some of that money back. And then you might see Ubisoft, fade away in the distance. I hope that's not the case. But, from all the rumors we've heard in the past couple of years, that might be the case if they don't sell well. So...
That's kind of spooky.
Do I think that's the case? No, I think this is strictly from like, a profit thing that they might not make as much money or be a little bit in the red. Do I think they're gonna like be so in the red they're gonna go out of business? No, I don't think that. But I think the shareholders might want to sell if they see some figures going around. But I don't know anything about
insider
that
trading.
Oh, it's done all the time. It's only insider trading when you're not in positions to get hit for.
It's only insider trading when you Martha Stewart and you get caught. That's about it, right? But everybody else can do it. Yeah, tell truth, shame the devil.
Got Congress members worth hundreds of millions of dollars,
but only make 200,000 a year, right? Got 35 million in the bank.
It's only insider trading when you're not in the government.
Y'all messy.
I don't do it. Doge told me.
Doge. We gonna move on. Oh, what I was gonna say in reference to this, obviously, Addict's topic. I just one quick question, Addict, before I open it up. If the rumors are true and what your man is accusing them of doing, and that they were talking, and
your man,
what's your man? AJ Investors.
Gupta.
That's his people's. AJ Investors.
No, that's his tagline. You never saw it when he played Marvel Rivals. His name is Gupta.
I'm done. So yeah, what do you think about what IPs would you be interested in?
Okay, hold up. So they have Assassin's Creed, obviously. I don't know if they have
Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, Rainbow.
They got a lot of stuff.
Rainbow Six Siege is popping out here.
Fault. They have the Far Cry franchise, but here's the thing: they have the Watch Dog franchise. Here's the thing: out of all these, now the Tom Clancy's worth money. That's worth money.
Big name.
Prince of Persia, I would say you can get pretty pity from it. I don't know, like a lot of these titles, I feel like are worth money. But is Ubisoft going to want more than they're realistically worth to produce a game from? I don't know about that. Maybe some companies would look about buying the Prince of Persia license for like movie rights and TV show rights. Maybe they would look at it from that aspect too. They own the Driver franchise. Now I would say Far Cry's worth some money, but Assassin's Creed's definitely their cow. Like that game is going to generate more money than probably all of their IPs.
They devalue that cow,
but it still makes money.
Yeah, we'll find out in a couple of weeks.
Watch Dogs, I don't know what that would sell for. Watch Dogs ain't been around. I do think it was a popular franchise for a little bit, but it kind of that fire kind of died pretty quick. They do own the Trails franchise, but I ain't seen one of them in like a decade.
Well, that's the biggest problem. The fact that they do have all these IPs, but it's like what kind of use you have no data really on them as of recent.
Dormant.
So it's like everything like Prince of Persia probably be the best one up there because they just released the game and it actually was up for game and so some people's conversation for game of the year. So I can see that one has like you said, Addict, that one has a little bit more staying power due to its IP side of licensing for movies and stuff.
Well, see that's I think that's the only way Ubisoft gets the money they want is it's going to have to be IPs that is diverse, that they can do multiple things.
Well, Tom Clancy would be one. Due to the fact
and
that
I would say
that's the whole thing, though.
Splinter Cell would be one because you could easily make like a TV show or something based off of that.
Well, that's under Tom Clancy. So.
Rayman, I would say Rayman. You can. Rayman is you can do stuff with it too.
I was sitting there. I was thinking about Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm like, they go on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Don't sleep on Raymond, man. That's like the closest thing you'll get to Mario on anything that's not a PlayStation or a Nintendo.
That's when mascots was the thing.
Facts.
Yes, sir. Here's the thing: Ubisoft has a lot of like For Honor, The Division. For Honor's, I would say like a sequel to that would do well. But I don't. Do you guys think realistically who in the industry would buy the Division? Like especially right now where we are with games as a service.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like I couldn't tell who would make it.
Yeah, that's another thing. The studio. I'm sorry. What you gonna say, Forte?
I'm almost at that part now where it's like kind of with Destiny. It's like once a game runs its course, it's kind of time to move on. It's like listen. Like people keep talking about it, but it's like I love the Division. I love 1 and 2. Played them to like death. I mean,
Yep.
but I don't
Dark
log
Zone
in.
was lit.
I stopped logging into that game a long time ago. Just like Destiny, that was it's not even that game's not even in my top 5 when it comes to my favorite games. But that game by far has the most playtime in it.
Yeah.
And once I finished my 10-year bid, I was out. I jump in every once in a while just to like poke my head up like a groundhog, like, hey, what's going on? Oh no, same stuff. I'm out of here.
Stanley is on y'all head. He said, bro, Division about to start up, bro. New Brooklyn DLC popping this year.
That
Y'all
thing
wild.
is
Here's the
DOA.
thing. I would love that because that means that they release the Division and it gains some traction, which naturally raised the price of the IP. Is that going to happen? I don't know.
Or it do like they other games do, release the game and lowers the value of the IP.
Lowers the value.
How you got Star Wars and Miss? Oh man, these dudes.
Well, and that's the
wild.
And that's the funny thing, like right there, King. I think that's probably part of the issue. Is like you start looking down the list of the IPs that they did deals with, like Star Wars. That's huge. And that not the hit? And I mean, part of that has something.
How you get a lotto ticket and mess it up?
Well,
how you get the winning ticket
I'm
and
gonna
mess
say
it up?
this.
And then we got to get Ariel Knight in there after this.
You have people doing it. You look at scenarios like Star Wars Unleashed, Star Wars the Survivor, and Star Wars Fallen Order. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, look, can you make a Star Wars game that doesn't have a Jedi as the main protagonist?
I don't even. But
it's a lot harder.
I don't even think that's the problem. I mean, that's part of the problem. I think the bigger problem is Star Wars in itself.
Right now Star Wars is in a place.
It's like it's like I know that these deals were like brokered like well before, but now we're in a situation where those just don't look like that IP isn't as valuable as it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like now it's in such a decline. It's in such a decline right now. It's like the only people that are buying those games are the people that just are true diehards of Star Wars
fans. Yeah.
But the thing is
and it's not enough of them.
You can fund these games. You can fund these games with those fans. Sure, there's not a bunch of them coming in flocks, but you saw Fallen Order. How much did that sell? Survivor sold well.
Yeah, but you
have good games.
That's a good game.
Yeah, when you have good games that people generally gravitate towards, you can sell them.
No,
Even
but
though
you're right.
With Battlefront and how bad that was at launch, that game still did relatively well in the long run.
Well, Ubisoft is really good at sticking with games that launch poorly and getting them to a space where they initially said it would be. They haven't given up on a lot of their titles that they do put out. Like I think Siege is under them.
Siege.
And they did keep along with the Division where I think player count was like 10,000 one week. And I was just like, damn, I'm not in the dark zone no more either. But they still held up with it and they still talked about DLC and they still launched the mobile stuff. I think that's their biggest problem.
Let's get off Aaron Knight. He was about to jump in, man.
Sorry.
I like hearing y'all talk about stuff y'all don't know about.
Let's go. Educate us, bro. Educate us, bro.
I didn't get a chance yet, but watch when I do it.
Look, no, it's not an education thing. It's more of a. Let me speak on David Advocate for Ubisoft. Okay. I don't think they actually did anything wrong.
Okay.
Like I think they made all of the logical moves at the time. We're judging their moves 4 or 5 years after they made the choice, you know? So like say Assassin's Creed comes out, it's a banger, and then you hear that they working on a Star Wars game, but it's 5 years out, you know? Right. Like I think with that context, we're like, they made the right move, you know? Like their next game is a Star Wars game, and then they write that script at the time, it's a banger, but then, you know, this world is changing so quick and so much stuff is happening. You know, the Star Wars brand kind of like took a nosedive, and then they launched a Star Wars game with a female protagonist and all this stuff. It ain't hitting the same as it did 4 or 5 years ago when they wrote the script, you know? And they like the problem with the game industry is they can't pivot like movies can pivot. They can't, you know, just come up on every week and be like, here's the most recent hotness, you know? So I think what's happening in Ubisoft is happening to a lot of companies, which they just kind of don't know where to move. I feel like what's Naughty Dog's new hotness is coming out. If they started developing that today,
Intergalactic.
Yeah, Intergalactic. I feel like Intergalactic, it would look different if they started writing it today than when they,
when they did,
That's a good one.
years ago,
because y'all have the privilege and the context of the seeing the backlash,
the
and seeing
hindsight,
everybody's feedback, and all the hindsight and whatever. Ubisoft's not seeing that. They got to make a choice right then and there,
5 years ago,
before they know what's going to be a banger or not. So I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just trying to add that little bit of context that they don't have.
Oh no,
you said I'm not saying that you're
not
wrong.
saying that you don't know what you're talking about, Kyle.
He said I'm not saying that you're wrong. You just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I appreciate that.
I take offense to that. I'm joking.
Because he just agreed with me when it says Star Wars is like this, and they didn't know that 4 or 5 years ago. So I agree 100% with him.
Yeah,
that's just how it is right now. I mean, think about that Avatar IP. How much did they pay? How much was the franchising license on that? I mean,
it was a good game though. See, it's not even about the game at a certain point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's nothing to do with the games. It's just that times have changed. Right now,
everybody's playing Fortnite. See, if y'all would stop playing Fortnite,
it's first of all, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
and I told people
you could be playing Drop Shot, but you won't play.
I will be playing it because I'll be in the game. But once I get my AI assets up there, we'll be good. But I did tell people live service games is eroding our fundamentals as video game players because it also erodes your sensibilities in purchasing. These free-to-play model games come out, they're highly polished, and they incentivize you purchasing stuff that's in the game to look dope that actually have nothing to do with anything else. And that stuff takes away your ability to purchase other things. Because everybody can play. Everybody can jump in.
Like Fortnite, all the top games of the service, their models, they drop stuff relatively quick. So it's like they're not even competing for finances; they're competing for time. The thing is like you see people
got all of
go off the Fortnites with like high quality games like Baldur's Gate 3. The thing is like, look, these games aren't going nowhere. Like if anything, it's going to get worse because there are going to be games like Marvel Rivals.
Yes, sir.
They're able to penetrate that shield that no one can. Only the Sinister 6 can. And then it's going to be Sinister 7, and then it's Sinister 9. Like the thing is, like we are in a situation where it's like,
I got you up.
Gotta raise the bar because how many games come out that the games are broken? How many games come out that you can't get on the game day one? How many games come out where it's a buggy mess, it's optimized horribly? Like
that happened back in the day, and everybody was perfectly fine with it. The problem is
the Fortnite stuff weren't there then. There wasn't competition. Halo could not thrive in this modern gaming because it's not like a Fortnite. It's not a free to play.
Fortnite. You forgetting that Fortnite launched as a completely different game and it was broken when it launched.
Right.
Like I'm
I
saying,
remember
like
all of
Fortnite
that.
just stuck around for 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
The like at
You
the
talk
end
about
of the
after
day,
they stole the
are saying two different things.
The source code.
The gamers are saying two different things. They're saying, "Yo, we want these live service games
man,
because we keep playing
them."
But gamers,
who says they want live service games?
Because
I
you keep
come
playing
across
them.
many people saying that.
I do.
They saying it with their
experience
dollars.
that goes into live
I
service
want
game.
more
Half
because
of,
they
half
are
of all
dope.
revenue in games is coming from live service games. So
That's
gamers
right.
are saying that they want them.
We
That's
want
what
them all.
I'm judging it off of.
Send it my way.
Right. And look, and that's fine. But I'm saying you're asking for two different things. If you're speaking for gamers,
here's the thing.
You talk for like 20 minutes. Give me 1 second.
What do you mean I talked for 20 minutes? I literally been talking for a couple minutes.
Let me finish my
Both of y'all can finish. It's all good.
Come on, 1 second. All I'm saying is if you're speaking on behalf of gamers, you got to speak on what they're actually playing, what they putting time and the money into. And if you're saying gamers want these solid single player games, I agree with you. I want that too. But also, if half the industry is going straight to live service games, which I think is dope, we're gonna keep making those things.
Yep.
Developers make because it's a business. We make what makes money so that we can keep making games.
And some companies cancel 12 of them.
Exactly. Because that's and they doing it because they don't want to finish the games. It's because that's not how it's going to make money. So
Exactly.
like when you having these conversations, you got to take in consideration that it's a business.
Facts.
So like
Okay,
we can do all the good. Hey, you should make it because it's a dope game. You should launch it without bugs and all that.
Nah,
stuff.
I got to make that bread.
Yeah, you got to make money so you can keep these people hired, or we're going to keep having layoffs.
So
Facts.
How many games? How many? Okay, so we go with that mentality. How many games as games of service came out, flop, get shut down?
Games of
Concord,
A bunch.
Mad of them. Every year they get shut down. So
a ton of them.
You can't
12
just
just got canceled and they wasn't even born
We
yet.
can't use the top 6 and say, oh, because gamers play these top 6 and then just ignore like the 20 that get shut down every year.
What would you do if you're making a game
I'm not
right
a
now?
developer. That's not my. I am
But
talking from the
you're
perspective
critiquing.
of an. Okay, so do you have an answer to everything that you go into?
Well, I'm making games. I'm trying to make dope games for a small audience. I'm not trying to make this whole game for a whole world.
My point is when you have the bulk of the industry, because these games are shutting down by the masses every year. So I don't.
It's not a bulk of the industry. You know why? Because there's 1,000 indie games that come out that y'all don't play.
Facts.
You ain't far.
Facts. You know, because all right, so you have a unique insight, and your perspective is different, right? We have the perspective of a consumer. You have a perspective of the seller. And when you look at things from how, like you said, this is a business. How can I make money? How can I sell to those individuals there? Like you just said, you make games that fit a smaller marketplace, and that's your target audience. And you understood that. You said you're not making games for the world. So a lot of companies, and this is why you give that unique. I'm glad you're here today, because you give a unique perspective of the seller. The seller is Microsoft. The seller is Ubisoft. The seller, you are the seller. We are the buyer. So we can talk about what's happening now. You have the foresight to say, well, those things was talked about 5 years ago. And now that they do hit, it ain't hit because 5 years ago, we already switched and we changed. And DEI became a bad word where they started, DEI was a good word. Mm-hmm. So I understand exactly where everybody's coming from. I still didn't get a chance to talk about the topic.
Yeah, I was about to get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you might as well, King, now, because I wanted to get your thoughts. And then before we really get your thoughts, because
you're fine.
No, you good. So what's your thing about this whole Ubisoft situation?
All right, so the biggest problem is the Gilmore family. The Gilmore family could have sold to Tencent, but Tencent is one of their largest shareholders, and Tencent don't want to touch that with a 20-foot pole because Gilmore family, those are the owners of Ubisoft, gave some weird stipulation that they would sell to Tencent if they stood on and made decisions. You ever seen somebody hit rock bottom but still think they hot? Mm-hmm. This guy has been away for like 10, 15 years. He's been locked down, and he come out and he's still talking about jive turkeys, and he's still wearing bell-bottom pants, and he still think that stuff happens. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you why I can say these things. They have 24 IPs. 24 IPs that they have, majority of those IPs are dormant. What they did was they took the majority of those IPs, put them to the side, never to touch them, never to use them. But they did take like 6 to 7 and ran those IPs concurrently every year. Like we needed a new iteration of Assassin's Creed every year. Yeah, got to the point where they would ask for Japan, they got Japan, and dudes don't want Japan. They have a big problem on their hands right now because they always had that trump card for the Japan game. Mm-hmm. And now it's coming back kind of weird. Now, I don't know how that game is going to sell. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know about Ubisoft is at their height, their stock shares was $14.27. Right now, they are trading at $1.92. When their shareholders say, yo, we heard that you were in talks with Microsoft and EA specifically, and they said, you didn't tell us that you were in talks to sell franchises. Well, if they were in talks and they didn't tell the shareholders, what it does do is, as a portfolio, it devalues if franchises leave or sold or lease to other companies. Yeah, you're getting money back, but you're losing assets. And their stocks run off of those assets. Those franchises that you built up over the years that your consumers are looking forward to you revitalizing, bringing them to market. Prince of Persia, for one, was dormant for a while, came back, and had much success.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how I see it, Satya did say that they have $80 billion that they have to spend this year. That's always on the books.
Here we go.
Satya did say, if it's about competition, let us have competition.
Here we go.
Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, did say that there's still an acquisition season.
Mm-hmm.
The ABK stuff is actually finalized. Games are actually coming through to the ecosystem. You see that strategy now, third party. What I see in Microsoft, especially because they were some of the quote unquote offending parties that were peeking through the window shopping, if you will, actually trying to see what they have for sale. At this moment right now, Ubisoft is worth, and this is going to make you laugh, $1.92 billion. Less than Bungie. And we thought that Sony overpaid for them. When Microsoft overpaid for ABK to the tune of probably $10 billion, and they did the same thing to ZeniMax, they did that overpaying to please the shareholders. Because right now you got shareholders that's about to take to the streets because you guys are having talks in the background without informing them, because they could pull out, they could sell. They could sell their shares and then your stocks will fall a little bit further. I think if they get in a bidding war with EA, Microsoft could say, if they want any of these titles, and I think a lot of those titles, like the Tom Clancy titles and a lot of the dormant IPs, would be beneficial to a third party, the largest third party publisher in the world today.
Who gonna make the game, sir? Are you gonna get the studios to do it?
Well, let me finish.
I'm sorry.
If you go in there and don't purchase IPs, you purchase them in total. Like Addict alluded to, you own everything. What you don't want, you sell off, you close off, you see if they want to go solo, and you check for redundancy.
I have to ask.
No, you buy the company.
The studio. Or you talk about acquiring Ubisoft.
It's mere pittance. This will actually be the cheapest thing that Xbox and Microsoft has purchased. After seeing the tech that they do have with Ubisoft Plus, a lot of stuff that they do have with their cloud and their infrastructure, it's fitting that EA and Xbox would be in a franchise kind of war. What franchises they value the most? And they can actually tell them, well, listen, we'll give you, what is it? A couple of, 1 billion. They're worth 1 billion. They would give you 1 billion for the Tom Clancy. And Microsoft would be like, EA offered you 1 billion? Do you counter? Well, what is your prices? What are you worth? If Microsoft gets sick and tired of EA running up the prices, the same way Phil got sick and tired of hearing that Starfield was going to go this place and he wasn't going to have a piece of that, he ran back, told Satya, yo, they're about to do this, that, and the third. We need to go buy ZeniMax now. And that's when they had the whole idea of making those games exclusive. That's not anymore.
Right. That's not anymore.
But we're seeing another serendipitous moment.
Okay.
A large company falling from grace at a time where Xbox and Microsoft is at acquisition time. Now, I know for a lot of people, and I got to give Solve his credit, because Solve said this. He said Ubisoft. When I was saying Square and Wild Pie in the Sky, Sega stuff, I did not know that they would hit this place. Now, WB, the problem with WB is the movie tie-in licenses, and that stuff costs too much, and they don't have the talent there. But Ubisoft does have the talent there. So you can go in, purchase them for above market value, and extrapolate value from it. And you can actually go over to EA and then say, listen, which ones did you want? and the ones that we don't want, that you want, we can sell those franchises to you after acquiring them. I just think the biggest problem is the Gilmont family won't sell to Microsoft, won't sell to EA, and is only looking into getting rid of assets that they no longer feel that are valuable. And nobody wants the junk. So I think that puts the shareholders in a place where if you're having conversations of selling these things, then right around the corner, you're out the door.
No, I mean, I knew this was going there.
Yeah.
I was just waiting to see where you was going to go with it. One thing I didn't get you. I don't think I got your balls before I go in, as far as this whole Ubisoft thing.
No, I mean, we pretty much said everything. There's no reason to beat a dead horse on this. We already knew King was going to put.
Yes, I knew this was going to straight to acquisition talk. I already knew this.
Well, no, I mean, it's 1.9.
He's not wrong. He's not
wrong on
billion.
evaluation. I know. I'm just giving him a hard time. I'm giving him a hard time.
Yeah. We definitely.
Why? I mean, I would say
I knew
Sony,
it's about
but
you
they
acquiring everything. I know it's about that.
Yes, Satya said all boxing and the lines is
Yeah, I
his.
know. Yeah, I get that. What is my turn? I'll talk because I wanted to let you get all your bars off.
Get your bars off. Oh man, here we go.
That's it. I'm good for that. I'm messing with him.
But I think ultimately it comes back to he's like times are changing. We're starting to see one of the major giants in the gaming industry when it came to Ubisoft, one of the, consider them part of the bigger publishers out there, really falling on it now. And it's not something that's just happened. It's gradually been happening over the course of I want to say the last decade. Because there was, like you said, there was one point where they were dropping Assassin's Creeds every year. Then remember they took a hiatus because people felt like they were burnt out on it, or they just wanted to give it a rest. And then they brought it back. Now they're on that cadence again. But I think, especially once you start dealing with licensed IPs, it's like a very, very narrow margin that you have to hit when it comes to what you need to sell to make those games profitable. Because you got to think even on Star Wars probably sold pretty decently, or like Addict said, it sold enough to fund it due to the fans of Star Wars itself. But is that enough? Because we all know these studios use games like that or bigger games to kind of fund other projects and stuff. Instead, we're getting the inverse of that, where it might have been more detrimental because of just the simple fact that the game either didn't sell well enough or things like that. This is all inside baseball. We really don't know all the inner workings of everything that's kind of going on there. But we could definitely tell that it's been an issue for a while now. And the fact that I feel times have changed. We go back to just 2000. Everybody was hiring mass amounts of people due to the fact that the gaming industry is booming and games are flying off the shelf. And, a lot of gamers, I know some of us on here, we knew that this isn't going to last like this. The people that are buying games now are not the same people that were buying games 10 years ago. They're doing it because they say, I need something to do when I'm at home. Those people got to go back to what they were doing. Go ahead.
It's not games being bought that's making money. It's microtransactions being bought that's making money. Exactly.
Remember during that point, that's when Fortnite had its record numbers and stuff. And even they dialed back some of the stuff. Actually, that's when they actually ratcheted up and just made Fortnite the number one thing that they focused on. They made their whole studio just there. That's all they do at this point now. Remember, Call of Duty did the same thing. All of their studios went from being,
salt mines.
Yep. So, hey, what studio are we supporting this year in Call of Duty? Oh, it's Raven's turn. Okay, that's what we're supporting this year. So they wanted to keep that, that engine running, and now you're seeing. I feel like not games, but developers or publishers, to say not developers, because developers are completely separate from that. Very reactional, and
the industry has always been that way. Unfortunately, that's the reason they've always went towards any kind of games as a service.
It has been, but that's the thing too. Now it's punishing to be wrong now.
Right. The stakes are so high. Everything's so expensive.
With stuff costing as much as it costs, and and the only reason we know some of those numbers is due to the the ABK and then Insomniac leaks and stuff, and seeing how much games like Spider-Man cost and how much licensing of those games cost and how punitive it is if you don't hit certain metrics. And you know, you finding out why they put bundles inside of consoles and stuff, because it's not because you got to hit certain numbers and that counts as a sale. It's just interesting to see all of those things now. And Ubisoft is the first, I feel, of the bigger publishers to kind of fall on those hard times. But I do see there's some opportunities out there when it comes to like, if they did want to like sell some of their franchises off. I just feel like if they sold something like Assassin's Creed, what is Ubisoft crazy at that point?
At that point, that's why I said they have to sell as an entity. I don't think they're interested in, because it's like, look, you can make a quote unquote banger and still get laid off. Look at Marvel Rivals; they lost like 8-9 people, and they made one of the most popular games in years. So,
no, it's real. I'll jump in. Most of y'all said all the points I want to say anyway. Look, I'm apathetic. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like in that joint. I mean, look, it's no disrespect to King, because I know King cares about this. I know this is big for him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I really don't care that much like that.
He loves Ubisoft. He loves them.
Yeah, I actually do.
Anyone about to be bought by Xbox?
Yeah, I get it.
Wait a second, I don't console war. Cut that out.
Okay. But now, all jokes aside, look, to your point, to his King's point, you know, yeah, they're ripe for it, because obviously Microsoft tends to swoop in when, you know, people are at their lowest and not doing well. We knew exactly. We know Tencent is looming, right? We know the Guillermo family has been very kind of resistant.
Rent is due.
Right. They're looking at all time. We know they have some form of stake in the company, and they've been trying to increase their stake and all that good stuff. I just, for me, you know, I look at Microsoft now in a different thing. Yes, what was said back then that they were in acquisition mode, but then what was also said is we need to recoup, and we gave you $80 billion, and sir, where my bread at for the stuff you purchased? So before you start asking for anything else, how about you go out there and make this money that you said you was going to make, and now that we got to put our games everywhere. So
partner. My games is everywhere. So now that I capitulated and bent the knee.
But you didn't make the money back, so you did not make the money back. No, it's not. Get on the street and put all the games.
My thing too is like, we can make the argument that we can make the argument that they double down in Game Pass, but they do nothing to sell Game Pass anymore. They stopped pushing on the hardware.
To me, the strategy has changed.
Where are they going to continue pushing Game Pass? Like, what is funneling more money into Ubisoft to get, let's say, Assassin's Creed is going to be sold on PlayStation. They're not getting Game Pass over there. It's going to be sold on the Switch too. They're not getting Game Pass over there. So I don't even think they would invest for Game Pass.
Well, Game Pass, I think, is just, again, that's separate for what the Xbox ecosystem is. I'm just looking at, like, how they looking to recoup this investment is putting it on Nintendo and putting it on PlayStation.
What I was saying is, most of the time when you invest, you have a particular reason you would. They're not going to do it for hardware. They're not going to do it for marketing, because they're not pushing the hardware. They're not going to do it for Game Pass, because they're not pushing Game Pass on any of these hardware, because they're still selling, you know, games on other platforms that you could potentially have to go to your hardware to get Game Pass to play. So I just I don't see a reason why Microsoft would invest into Ubisoft like that.
I just feel they're not hot like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason for the investment.
My answer is simple. They cold. They cold out in these streets. That's just me. Like, they
not moving. I say get them while they cheap.
No. And to your point, that is correct, right? Historically, that's how they move. When you on your lowest, you come. Yeah. No, I get that. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to look at the value. Like, at least with ABK, it's like, okay, you got Call of Duty, the number one thing. Like, AC is on the decline, and then the stuff that is popping, that is critically acclaimed, ain't really so. I don't know if Prince of Persia sold like that. I don't know if Splinter Cell sell like that. I don't know if The Fish is gonna sell. Like, their IPs that are actually dope and high quality. To Ariel point, people ain't buying. You know what I'm saying? People are not putting their money where their mouth is on that. Only thing I see from them that's actually popping is Siege. Siege is something they stuck with. And, you know, it's a lot.
Isn't that in esports?
Yeah, and it's esports community, and they could. And I heard now that's supposed to go free to play. You know what I mean? So
they better.
So, you know,
here's the thing: they shut down the
shut down
Persia game.
Yeah, I heard like
they made the Prince of Persia
joint,
won all the awards.
Yeah. No, I see. Shout out to
good game.
Shout out to my man in Separate Ghost. He's like, yo, AC made me on the comment. Look, I get it, but we have to be honest too, Ghost, right? From the standpoint of, and I got to get you back in the room. It's been a minute. So, salute, brother.
I was on the show yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, salute.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I owe him. Yeah, we owe you. Me, Attic, everybody, the whole realm, all the lords owe the Separate Ghost Xbox Expansion Podcast. Salute. You paid your dues. We owe you, brother.
Check it out. Sidebar.
Yeah.
I got them wearing Crocs going to California.
Yo, ridiculous. Anyway.
Listen, check it. No. Check it. No, this is serious
them.
work.
Oh,
them.
Oh,
They're wearing Crocs because I had their community do a challenge,
right?
And their community raised $200 for them to wear Crocs on the flight.
Ghost, don't
say you don't owe. No, we do owe, and I owe too.
You.
No, I owe you, brother. You definitely
and I'm gonna make King go back.
But look, let me finish my joke. But yeah, like that, all I'm saying with the whole AC joint, we have to admit, is shadows, regardless to.
Hey, I'll wear Crocs at LA.
Regardless,
I'm gonna buy you some.
Regardless to how dope the idea.
My gotta be anime related though, King.
Time on Crocs.
Listen, I got a whole idea when we're going to Japan.
Y'all can do that outside of my segment. All I'm saying is,
King, man, what you doing? King?
Y'all messy.
No, I didn't say anything else.
Y'all killing my segment right now. But,
sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, as far as the whole AC joint, it's just like we have to admit, like A-Rod made a good point in terms of what was hot in development 4 or 5 years ago when they thought about it.
I never thought about that.
It's a great point. In hindsight, now it's like in this current climate, right? We like, it might not pop.
That's the reason PlayStation canceled 20 games.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got to change up. Now
it's like me with all those Averex jackets upstairs.
We knew it was on when
they
didn't show up. What is it? The Tokyo Game Show. That was a big opportunity for them. They changed up the game. They did all these changes. So
I wish I could talk about that game. I
know. I know there's a lot going on there. NDA boys in the building. But look, it is what it is. The last point I would say that no one's talking about though is regardless of whatever happens, acquisition, selling off IPs, I'm very curious about, they own the streaming rights for Xbox. Remember, the reason why the deal got done is that the CMA and the FTC deemed Microsoft too dominant in the cloud space, and then they'd have to spin that off or divest that.
Why happens if Tencent buys them when they own the streaming rights?
I am very curious about that, depending on their future. What happens to that if they go under, if they're required? Like, I'm very curious because from my understanding,
it reverts back to the original.
Was it revert back?
If they go under, Microsoft can't purchase them. Mm-hmm. Microsoft can't purchase them with them still having ownership of the streaming rights.
Streaming rights. That's what I would think. Right?
My thought process to that, because I had a escape hatch for that too. They would sell that to NVIDIA because NVIDIA was the second person on their list. They had picked Ubisoft, and NVIDIA was the second person on their list to sell the streaming rights to Call of Duty. And I think that, they would, if they come up to some agreement with Ubisoft, they would have Ubisoft sell the streaming rights to NVIDIA, and they would just purchase them with no problems.
Yeah. Well, look, that's all I got on that. I do have to enter in the second part of the topic, which I completely forgot, was Xbox Copilot. So shout out to Microsoft, shout out to Xbox podcast. I was able to see a behind-the-scenes demonstration in reference to this. So this is a spicy one, so I just want to ramble for a little bit. On the official Xbox podcast, Fatima Kadar introduced Copilot for Gaming, the ultimate gaming sidekick that helps players get to play faster, sharpen skills, and expert coaching, and enjoy more social gamer experience. Also on that podcast, Jason Ronald announced Xbox Play Anywhere library titles have surpassed 1,000 games. So look, I'm just going to talk about my experience because, again, I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to fully finish watching the Xbox podcast on what they discussed. I'm just going to talk about what I saw behind the scenes, at this event. So pretty much it was Copilot pretty much coming to mobile first, so it's going to be on phone first as opposed to console through the mobile app. Then they say eventually it will come later to PC, cloud, and console. Xbox, they kind of want to be an innovator, enabler as far as these game experience for their players, unlock growth opportunities, and then they mention building responsible AI is key for them. Using Xbox Copilot to answer questions in the game. One example they used was in Age of Empires, like, hey, how do you do this? I'm struggling with this. Then in Xbox Copilot gave the answer. Another option they used was kind of like saying that Copilot would be like a sidekick and coaching when you're stuck. So and get with friends easier. Another example I believe they used was Overwatch. So they had this conceptual phase where they're saying it's not possible yet, but this was the phase that they said, which was like, hey, you're playing a multiplayer game and it's giving you tips on the hero experience. Like, hey, let's say you got murked, right? yo, how do I die? What killed me? And, all right, Copilot. Well, this is what happened. Reaper did this, that, and the third, and whatever. And then another question was like, okay, what character should I be using? And then Copilot was like, hey, based on your team composition, you need to be doing this, that, and the third. So again, concept work. Another example, which was what me and Maddie had the most debate about, which was the Minecraft example. So Minecraft, they had like kind of like a first time player, right, playing a game. So he's like, Xbox Copilot, what do I do? So say, well, maybe you need to get a tool and you need to get a hammer and do blah blah blah. And it was like, okay, Xbox Copilot, what do I do next? Well, maybe you should find your base and this, that, and the third. So pretty much this was, I guess, the concept work of the actual companion / sidekick thing, where it's kind of telling the new person using this stuff. So look, this is a interesting one. There's a lot of discussion here. It raises questions. I know for me, one thing we discussed about was obviously ethics, hand-holding, that kind of stuff. Developer question, which I'm curious about Aaron now when I get to him, in reference to, developer vision. Is this intrusive? Do developers have to opt in, that kind of thing? Me personally, my questions were more about resources and performance on the top layer. How does that work? Is there on the platform layer? Does this affect from the game experience? And then the guide community. I was thinking about, achievements and stuff like that when you're stuck, because some people may say, who will defend it, will say, hey, look, what's the difference between this and then you just going to YouTube and viewing a video, because you would theoretically do the same thing and this thing is kind of helping you. So again, just a points of discussion. I am very curious about Aaron Knight, so I got to go to him first on this because I want to get his idea. I don't know if he got a chance to see anything on this Xbox Copilot thing, or if not, what are your thoughts initially for what I described?
Man, I don't care.
Fair enough.
It don't affect me at all.
Okay. I got one quick question. I'm gonna put a little pressure on you. From a developer standpoint, for you creating a game, right? There's two thoughts here. One, I'm gonna try to be fair to both sides, right? One thought is like, okay, bro, you making a game and you're stuck. I don't know how to get past this part, and we never yield. I'm trying. I don't know. Xbox Copilot. I would have normally just Googled YouTube, my favorite guide creator, right?
Yeah.
But now the convenience of just saying Xbox Copilot, how do I beat level 4 on Drop Shot? How do I beat level 3 on We Never Yield? Okay, Ariel Knight, this is what you do. On this one, it's a 2-player, you know what I mean? With 2-player game, you do blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's the positive side. Then other people are saying, all right, Cog, what about we're not letting people just play games on their own and figure things out. That some people say the joy of video games is to like experience, go through a challenge, have to figure it out. Got to put a little pressure on you.
Well, I think what you're saying is like the ease of getting that information to complete the level.
Yes.
I don't care how easy it is for somebody to look up how to beat a level. Okay. That's why I say I don't care.
Okay.
For other things to make it more accessible, then I do care. I'm like, hey, whatever helps people play my game, whatever makes them want to play the game.
I ain't gonna let you loose. I like this. You be good.
Yeah, I'm still putting pressure on you.
That's crazy.
I ain't letting you go. All right. So what about you making a Souls game? You making a challenging game. You making I Never Yield, the Souls game from the Ariel Knight universe.
But the same thing though, like if people get stuck on what was that last Souls game, Elden Rings?
Yeah.
There's so many guides and IGN articles and stuff like that. Like the only difference is it's just automatic now. So that's why I'm like, this is more of a gamer issue than it is a developer issue.
Saying my skill ain't good.
Yo, he'd be like, gamer.
Yeah. You try to skill shame.
He said, you gay.
Y'all be mad at each other. Y'all be like, y'all ain't playing that game. Y'all ain't playing that the right way. Whatever. Like
you're not a purist.
Play it, right?
All right.
So look,
so to you as a developer, this is actually good data. As you don't care because you like, no, as long as you play and you're engaging, because some will say, some will say, see, good point, because some as a developer will say, look, we may have a gamer that gets frustrated and then drops the game because it's stuck, but this might keep them engaged.
No, that's different.
All right, break it down. Let's go.
Like when a developer playtests stuff, it's like what is everybody having an issue with? So if I make a level and everybody is trying to go through a door without a key, then the problem is they're not seeing the key. You know, that's a direct issue with the game, you know, that they're trying to fix. Now, if you hit the key and they're not supposed to find the key, and you know, people look up guides to know where the key is or whatever, then you know, whatever. People who want a challenge will figure it out. If you don't want to do the puzzle, then you know, hey, there's resources to skip it.
Okay, all right. I like where you at with it. You surprised me here. That threw me off. I tried to put pressure on you, but you wasn't falling for it.
I think y'all think developers want y'all to play a certain way.
No, it's a good question.
We don't.
You're educating me on that. I actually like this perspective because I don't get a chance to hear it. Let's get at it, man. I got to hear from my brother right now. So I'm surprised at you because I thought I was going to get pushback on you with this, and you didn't give me much pushback. I was actually surprised at it. Yeah, so Addy,
what someone want to look up a guy, I don't care. Someone want to even if Copilot did it for them, I don't care. Like my thing is as long as it doesn't end my experience from the start, because it's like, look, I actually think this is gonna help because I feel like a lot of games get casualized too much just to make it simpler for like everyone to play, and I feel like these type of programs will make it easier for people to have a baseline, and like it would be lower, and you could just use Copilot to like clear that gap instead of just making the game easier. That's my thing because I generally don't care. If you want to look up a guide,
all right, you want to look up a guy right now? I got you.
And when I've been when it comes to the Elden Ring thing, if the developer wants to put an easy mode, let the developer. I don't care as long as it's designed for the way I like to play.
What about your platinums though? Should you be able to access your platinum if you played on easy mode?
I was gonna do that one too.
I don't care about that either. Like, when have you ever had me screaming
I think I'm just being.
platinums?
I got one for you. I got cool. He ain't biting. I'm gonna try to bite. All right. What about this? What about all right? You love the content creator community, but now gaming arena addict God channel views is going down. Because Copilot said, "Hey, you can come to me. You ain't got to go to Addict Game Gods Arena. What's up with that? Your views is there. What's up?"
It's content creation. Pick a lane that's not going to be replaced with AI. I don't know what to tell you.
Do conspiracy theories.
AI gonna take your God channel out of business.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. Like,
so what about your views? You got to pay the rent.
Oh well.
Okay, then make guides on something that Copilot's not doing. Like,
so Copilot got to get the data from somebody. They still gonna need you.
Do a hip hop channel. I heard they hot.
Maybe people like Maka guys need to figure something out.
Oh, we coming for Maka. We coming for Maka.
I was thinking of someone that makes solely like how-to guides on like achievements and stuff. Here's the thing: they're already doing that. There's literally a button right now.
All right. What about the dude you played
where to go
in Overwatch Marvel Rivals, and you overhear him say, "How do I beat gaming addicts?" Cloak and Dagger, and they gave him the play-by-play how to stop you the counter. How is that it messing with the integrity of the multiplayer?
Hold on. Oh man. See, no, this already exists. That's why people are killing me with it.
Okay,
I actually told Cognito
what they doing
that this wasn't gonna be an issue, and he disagreed with me.
Talk to me.
He making an issue.
I am making an issue
because it's AI. He likes to be.
I wait till I get the king. The fun is gonna begin.
No, the fun is not gonna begin, but you can have fun with you watch.
It literally exists.
Oh, so this exists.
Here, you have a phone, correct?
Yes.
Hey Google, explain to me how to get the achievement for Coordinate of the King on Metaphor.
She ain't listening to you.
Literally, right there. Like,
okay, all right. So you said we already here. God, shut up. It's already there. All this fear mongering you doing is fraudulent. Okay, shut up. You gotta agree so strong for it.
Hey, no, hold on. Hey, Google, tell me how many achievements is in Metaphor.
According to Reddit, there are 44 achievements.
We own it.
So we Copilot. All right. I see what you said. It's here. All right. I'm out here fear mongering. Okay. All right.
Making it to where you have this technology
in the game.
in your headset.
All right. I got you. You shut me down. All right. Cool.
Right now, Copilot already exists. Amongst every phone. I can literally ask my phone everything. And most likely, because maybe Ariel and I will be able to talk about this particular like if there's mandates on it, if they want you to put it on there, because
what about that?
Let's
go. That's a good one.
I got I'm gonna attack that mandate question in the next topic.
All right, hold on. Yeah, so now Ariel, you want to be on the platform, you better Copilot. What's up?
Wow.
Yeah. There are a bunch of platforms out there.
All right, fair enough. Man, you might take your business to South Beach.
Some more lucrative than others.
Okay, all right.
Forcing devs into AI.
Yeah. It's a feature set as part of the suite, and you gotta have that.
But PlayStation got those cards. Remember, they was pushing those really hard.
Man, you took my whole thing, bro.
Oh, my bad. And nobody want to use them. So
That was good.
That's my thing. It's like,
I thought they were dope when I first saw them, and I was like, oh, 33% through the level.
Here's the thing,
then I stopped looking at them.
how many features do these console manufacturers, these publishers, they implement into a game? No one uses them, and like, oh, that was a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't have invested into that. Maybe Copilot's one of them. Maybe it's not. But it's just like, look, I find it hard to believe that people are going to ask their system or ask Windows, because Copilot is literally, hey Google, what is Copilot?
No, it's existed now.
yeah, one thing.
Microsoft Copilot is a generative artificial intelligence.
It's literally already in my phone.
Yeah, no, great. Now, granted, the initial implementation will be phone, and
They're going to have to do something that is going to make it different than just asking your AI already in your phone. Because here's the thing:
It's gonna be a buddy.
Break it to you, Microsoft. You can't compete with someone that already has the phone. You know how many times I hear just traveling, someone say, "Hey Siri."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now you have to compete with the people that would say, "Hey Google" or "Hey Siri."
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
because
hard.
Apple
That's way harder
made
conversation.
Siri your assistant.
Oh my
What-
bad.
what-
Yeah,
what-
Someone said Addict just activated everyone's phone.
Yeah, he's got everybody.
What Microsoft is doing is turning Copilot into your sidekick.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being what is that butler for Batman? Alfred. There's a difference between being Alfred and being Robin.
Yeah.
Alfred stays at home, makes tea, and cleans up the house and handles minor chores. Your sidekick is out there kicking ass with you. So Copilot is a different animal.
Yeah, but see, the thing is like Copilot's going to appeal to the person that wants to look this information up, and I'm very curious to find out how they're going to encourage you to use to Copilot than what's already on your phone to look up that same information. That's my thing.
I'll tell you
I
later.
don't want to speak for like all developers or anything like that, but just me personally, real quick, I went to go set up my cousin's PlayStation. He just got a PlayStation 5 or whatever, and he had it for 3 months. Couldn't set it up because he's not tech oriented, right? So I was like, let me go over there because
It's kind of hard to set that thing up. It's crazy.
Right. So I didn't know because I kind of just automatically sign in and all that stuff. When I set it on my PlayStation, you can't use the disk drive.
Yes.
Unless you connect to the
Unless you connect to the internet.
and
Yes.
you can't play an online game with if you ain't got an account. You can't do all of that.
That's
stuff.
wild, crazy.
Right. And I was just like, I don't want people to go through this to just play my game or whatever. I miss GameCube. You just plug it in and play the game, So I want tech taken out of these consoles. And that sounds weird to say as
I don't like you.
He already turned on him.
I just want an analog console. You put in a disc or you download the thing and you can just play the game.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Buy a Switch.
Ideal world. Ideal.
No, the Switch got the same problem. If you have two Switches, then if you grab your second Switch, unless you connect to the internet, you can't play those games.
Switch got internet?
It has to check.
Yo.
If you download the game, it has to check if you own the game.
They got.
I only buy physical for those dudes. I didn't even know they had it.
Even if it's physical.
Oh wow. That's
wait,
crazy.
no, that's right. That's wrong.
Don Otaku said the difference is Copilot will like be what you're actually doing in the game. Yeah, and that's fine, but it's like, look, like how often will a feature like that to be used? Like, what was that feature that Xbox had at the beginning, and they
Snap.
got rid of it on the Xbox
Snap.
One?
I love Snap.
I
they
love
love
Snap,
to like
bro.
put that on like this giant infrastructure, but it was used so less by the masses that they ended up like just getting rid of it.
It is adaptive accordingly towards what you do, and then like I said, it's play by play. It's contextual in terms of like what are you doing at that exact moment, kind of stuff. So I could see where you're going, but I want to get Forte because we get his balls off in reference to Copilot. The examples you saw, I don't know if you get a chance to watch the Xbox podcast or what I described. What's your thoughts on this? Where do you sit with Xbox Copilot?
No, I mean it's a cool idea. It's just, I mean, it's like Attic said, it's something we had for quite some time now. Everybody's launching some version of generative AI for the most part. But the cool thing is, you be able to just
real quick, Forte. That was another thing. Remember Smart Glass on the 360 that they didn't do nothing with?
Did nothing with.
So your concern is the implementation. All right, I got you. Continue.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I do like real quick. I do like that they brought up like an Overwatch scenario where they'll give you an example why you died and maybe you can improve. Maybe stuff like that would be good. But once again, like how it's implemented is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's putting that information in there too? Because
Where they're pulling the data from.
Overwatch people?
I don't
know.
that's going to be key, the data. Continue, Forte.
No, yeah. I just think ultimately it's about how it's implemented. For the most part, it's going to always come back to what the adoption of it is going to be. If most of the developers aren't going to take advantage of it, then it becomes a feature that's lost in time. Hence why Snap became something that disappeared off of Xbox One, and I love that feature. But data shows most people weren't using that. Like I had NFL football up on the screen while I was playing games.
I ain't go for it. I used to use Snap like
What the problem was is HDMI slots is very hard to come by, and a lot of people weren't using the pass through.
Yeah,
exactly.
And a lot of people didn't even understand what the pass through was, because I thought Microsoft did a piss poor job in telling people what the pass through was, and I thought that was probably the biggest thing. And when they released the next console, it didn't have the pass through, and I was like, y'all gave up on it, but y'all didn't push it. You can't expect something to win and you don't push it. And it was probably one of the deciding factors in a PlayStation or an Xbox. I thought Snap was incredible. Like you said, you was watching one thing, Xbox Snap, and it snapped to that, and the Connect and everything worked in Unity. I just think they just do a bad job at telling you what this stuff does.
That's always how it's kind of been especially when it came to Xbox, because like for me, I vividly remember being in a Crota raid while I was watching the Patriots play in Snap.
I remember that joint. That was
it's like in a raid. I'm like, I'm looking at Tom Brady throw this pass, and I'm like, man.
I had the NFL Network on that side and all that. My TV guide, all that. Yeah.
But that's the one thing, though. It's always about it's like how things innovate over the course of a generation or over time. What's hot now, is it going to be the thing that's hot 10 years from now? The fact that AI is going to be a huge part of developing of games when it comes to a lot of people are no one wants to lose their job, but there's a lot of these jobs that can be supplemented by the fact, or substituted I should say, by AI. That's not a good thing, but everybody wants to see the advancement of stuff like this. So the further and further we get to that truth, because that's definitely going to happen at some point, is the thing that is going to really, really tell if this is going to be something that's going to be that lasting long-term thing. For me, I want to see it. It doesn't have to be built on a game basis. I would just, the system itself should be able to sense stuff like that. Like if I'm playing a game and it sees I'm playing a particular game, it should. If I'm looking, if I literally ask like PlayStation has the microphone on their controller. I can hit a button on my controller and say, talk. Hey, how do I do this certain thing? Or where's this certain item in this game? Or how do I get this? The system itself should be able to do something to give you that information. This shouldn't be something that's offloaded, like, for someone like Ariel Knight to be able to have to code into their game for it to work. Their job is just to entertain you from start to middle to finish of a game. You are the platform holder. It's your job to make those. Those are features and benefits of why you buy the console you buy. If that is something that they did on the hardware side through their software, then I think a lot more people be more, they would be more accepted of it. But as of the way that it's implemented right now, the very baseline of it we already have. It's in our phones. It's in everything pretty much around us. Our smart TVs. But offloading that on other people, I feel like it's a thing that people are kind of like, hold on, I really don't want to do that. I just want to make games, or I just want to do that. Build that into your platform, and then that makes your platform more valuable. And then especially if you're talking about what Xbox with Copilot.
That's the vibe I'm getting. It's like
that's the reason. With Xbox being Copilot or Microsoft being Copilot, that should be one of the selling points of your next console.
Right, a differentiator. That was a differentiator. Yeah, no.
Y'all are just running all over my stuff.
All right. Go ahead, King.
This is why I hate going last.
That's why you hate going last. Go ahead, King. Go ahead, Lord AI. Get your balls off.
Well,
you got to think now.
Oh no! It's just the fact that y'all was running ripshot all over it. The fact that PlayStation had this thing called Squares when it came out, and it was hailed as the second coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah.
Xbox said, "Hey, we're gonna do Copilot." Y'all are like, demonize him. Literally, they did it first. This is one thing you can say Xbox copied, but they did it better.
Mm.
They said, "Yo,
we ain't really seen much of it yet." So
you see it soon. And what you did see from it, I thought it was dope. All right, the only person that's going to be upset with is the strategy guy dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guy community.
And just like Cog says,
you throw it on me, just like Cog says.
And just like Cog says, progress will continue to progress. The horse and buggy was no longer a thing when the automobile came along.
The horse and buggy guy was complaining at the
you know what the thing though, King is like how they gonna tell me where the best place to farm in an RPG is.
That's the dopest thing about it.
Themselves going to put that in there, or are they going to yank that from the internet?
So okay, so check it out. This is what I think about it, right? And I'm gonna give y'all scenarios. And Forte took one of my things, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Being the fact that Xbox is everywhere and everything is Xbox, and the fact that soon your phone will be an extension of yourself. We already are Android, right? We're a walking, talking Android because we have AI in our hand. We use this thing to make phone calls across various places in the world. We use this thing to find locations, and we use this thing to actually book places and do all types.
Oh, yeah.
We are cybernetic right here. Now, what Xbox said is, how can we take this a little bit further for your leisure time?
Mm-hmm.
And what we want to do is, let's say you're gaming alone and nobody's there. And your phone is on the dresser because you don't want to be bothered. You got it on silent. And you just don't want to be bothered with nobody. And you turn on your Xbox and you put your voice for your AI Copilot companion, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, you could do that. You know there's going to be the customization.
Right. Me personally, I want Samuel Jackson.
All right.
Because it's going to be MFs all over the place. And I'm like, yo, and he, I get on. And as soon as I boot up my Xbox, go, what's up, King? What we doing today?
Sidekick.
And I'm like, yo, I want to play a little bit of Fortnite. I'm by myself. I ain't got nobody. I got a sidekick now.
What happens if Copilot turns into like a full-blown AI that plays with you, plays games with you?
Well, I think
you start having conversations with your Copilot.
I know people that talk to Siri like they're a real person.
I'm not going to put out their name, but I've been was going through like a little depression a couple weeks ago, and someone said, "I know this is going to sound really crazy, Addict, but talk to Chat GPT."
Let's go and continue.
And the wildest thing about it is, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense from the standpoint that every day we are isolated, segregated, and into ourselves. You walk down the street, you see people into their phones. The majority of the time, if you're online, if you're not playing a multiplayer live service game, some people play multiplayer live service games and don't have a mic.
That's true.
Because they don't want to talk to nobody, but they want to partake in the game. Now you got this little sidekick guy, and you get stuck in a board. You're playing Elden Ring. He goes, King, I noticed you died there a couple of times. Maybe if you have this inside your inventory, you can use this. This will help out.
We at the level of Milo now. We at the Project Natal phase. Milo.
I always felt that they wanted AI to be a companion to you because they give you agents. Now, if anybody looks at OpenAI, they're agents, and your agent is probably your personal assistant or your chauffeur, if you will, in life. You want to have you want to book a flight or whatever. Listen, I need you to book a flight for me because I'm leaving this time, and I need the Uber too. But also, when I get there, I need to have a hotel, and I also need to have dinner because me and Amy is going to, and she doesn't like sushi, so make sure that it's not a sushi place. Here's all that, and it does all that.
Yeah.
Now, that's in other aspects. In gaming, we don't have that. We don't have a companion. Now, being that Microsoft is everywhere, and Copilot will be in all Xbox approved devices.
We definitely gonna assume some form of it in next gen Xbox tech,
Right?
MPU or something.
Could you imagine you pick up your handheld and it says, "Hey, King, going outside the game today?" And it has your location on where you're going. Yo, I know a wonderful place in the park if we're doing some leisure time if we're not going to work, and we can sit down under the tree, touch some grass. I'm thinking outside of the box when it comes to Copilot, because when they did Minecraft, I'm new to the game.
Yeah.
What do I need to start off with? The stuff that, because I don't know anything on Minecraft, and that will be perfect for me. I can't tell you where resources is because you didn't put cheats on. Oh, they go inside, they enable cheats. Okay, where's the resources? Oh, it's right down there on the floor in the back. And it's stuff like that. There are going to be sliders in how invasive and intrusive it is. Here's the part where it gets tricky. Okay. This is the scary part I have for me.
Go. Where you at?
You're playing Call of Duty, and you're in a really good match, or you're playing Street Fighter, and you're talking crap to somebody. Your AI is listening to you, and it bans you for offensive hate speech. That's because they use AI now to go through our texts. They use AI to go through our phone calls. They use AI for, that's why I was asked about
those terms of services. You better read them.
And dudes don't. They don't read them.
There's a reason why, like, you'll type something in Google that's like, you know, I need a nightstand, and then bam, there's nightstand advertisements on your Facebook feed.
And this is the more sinister thing that I believe Microsoft is up to. It's not enough for them to have your gaming time, your MAUs, monthly active users, and have you log in to know your gaming trends. They want to know every aspect because I believe Copilot will be listening at all times. How can they better sell you a game? How can they get you into purchasing more stuff? What stuff can they make more visible on your dashboard that will have you more impulse buy?
Based on your tendencies.
Right, because I notice on one of my Xboxes, when I go to the dashboard, there's some ads that's not on the Xbox that's downstairs. And I say, because I don't play on that one upstairs as much as I play on the one downstairs. I will have more Fortnite stuff, more Marvel Rival stuff that they know I will click on to purchase. Upstairs, they will say something like World of Tanks because they don't know what the hell I do up there. I think it's just more insidious. They just want to be more intrusive, know more about your spending and buying habits, and trying to steer you as, you know, we're a friend of you. We're your sidekick. They use a word for a reason. And to get you comfortable with this little guy, and then this little guy takes over. I don't believe in AI at all.
Oh, no, you do, because you use AI thumbnail, sir.
Yes, I listen. No,
yes, you do. And you use AI
wait, time out. Addict dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but it's part of your channel. You support. So you're Lord AI, sir. You're Lord AI, sir. You can
I'm gonna use AI
all you like.
With those our AI avatars.
You've been sleeping with Skynet all this time, sir.
I'm still sleeping with Skynet right now.
Anyway, look, it's a great point. I'm joking with him, but I'm sorry.
King be the biggest. I'm against AI, but use AI.
But use AI. All right, sleep with enemy. All right,
that's right.
You out there?
I'll go crazy if my phone stopped working.
He gotta make sure it's doing what it's doing before he says anything.
No, but he made a good point on data collection. You know,
Yeah.
the
Data
rights
collection.
to that data and consent and that kind of stuff. That's
It's worth billions. That is
yeah,
worth
absolutely.
billions of
No,
dollars.
that's huge. And tendencies, and we do know that obviously it's going to try to, look at your gaming tendencies and stuff like that. The way I look at it is, us as the hardcore gamer. I mean, look, there's going to be use cases. I can tell you some games that definitely can use it. I'll tell you, like, I ain't gonna hold you. KCD2, I love you, but there are times I'm like, man, the onboarding on this game is rough. And I'm just like, man, I would like to know, okay, how do I, find the soap to wash my clothes and get something done? And I would use that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the use cases. The key for me is going to be, I think it's more target. I think this is what they're doing. They're looking at the console market and they're looking like, man, we're kind of stagnant. We're not getting new players, right? So to me, what happens when you send, little Johnny that's not a hardcore gamer, or you send an older person and you show them this with all these buttons and all, this is intimidating to a normal person.
Yeah.
See, we are conditioned.
A normie.
Exactly. We're conditioned to be like, yo, this is the premium way to do it. Right?
Yeah, we're upset that they don't have back buttons.
One button is more than enough for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I look at the statistics on achievements, completion rates. They're looking at that. People are not finishing games. People are not spending a lot. They're jumping out of the game quick. They're leaving it quicker. So how do you get that person to stay on, right?
Stop making games.
You get them to be like, okay, I'm stuck. Because let's be honest, a lot of people are embarrassed to say, I don't know how to do something, whatever. But if you put something in the privacy of your own home, and all you got to do is say, hey, Copilot, what it is you got to do. Okay. And that's where the coaching and the psych, they're going to be a use case for people that is going to use that. They're going to look at that data.
Closeted users.
Yeah, like, bro, there's going to be, because look, if I'm full disclosure, there were times I was like, KCD, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And I go, YouTube, the video, how do you do said thing?
But we've been doing that all our lives. Game facts. Strategy guys. Why is this something new? We just don't have pen and paper no more.
Facts. And what it is, we literally doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Like Ike was saying, we're doing it now. So again, this is just the implementation. Now they got to get proof of concept. They got to get it involved, stuff like that. So that's it. The questions I have is from obviously the guide community. What I would like for them to revamp their achievement system, because you know how like they got Forte, you know how they got true achievements right now. Right, you go, you click the true achievements. You're trying to figure out how to get that achievement. You get it, and then it sends you to, a guide or whatever, how to do said thing. I would like it for them to work with the content creator, because look, the AI has to pull from something.
Yeah,
they have to have the data from. So you have to ingest it with something. So to me, this is a way you can empower, if you do it ethically and you were trying to be, humane. You can empower creators and say, hey, you make guys, you whatever, we have a program, and do you consent? Now obviously there's consent and stuff like that. I don't know how that part works, but it would be interesting if they want to do something good with it. That's something they could do. But for me, to your point, Forte, last thing I'll say, on the platform level, that's what I'm hoping this is something that developers will be aware. They could choose, I guess, opt in, opt out, depending on their developer vision. Because I know Aaron, he doesn't care, but I am concerned of like a From Software, where to this day they've been kind of pushing back. We ain't doing easy mode, right?
Right.
We ain't doing. Now we know people look up guides. That's where everyone's like, people look up guides how to beat the ball. I get that, but my thing is, I just want the integrity of the developer's vision to be upheld if they want to make a challenge game. It'll be interesting to be like, if they could say, nah, you can't use it for this. That would be interesting. I'm just curious about how that works.
We're going to use it all in Elden Ring.
That's all. I'm just curious about that. My main thing with this is that, I like the announcement about Jason Rado with the 1,000 games and the Windows all play. I think that's huge, especially with their vision with getting all these games to be able to play it anywhere. And that's pretty much what I got on it. But it's interesting. Obviously early stages, all this stuff is conceptual, but that's what I got before we move on to the last joints, get these super chats. Let me get the last joint going. Let's refresh. Let's see where we at with these super chats, because today is crazy. All right, we got scrolling. All right, shout out to Champagne Super. Oh, come on, bro. All this talk of UV is making me Ubi hard. Okay, I see what you're doing. We ain't gonna mess you alone. We're gonna leave you alone. Lieutenant Helk, $2 super chat. Star Wars Commandos was dope with no Jedi in it. Salute. Bruno Ramos Diaz with the $5 super chat. Ubisoft games, you may not like them, but those games do play well. Good frame rates, good graphics. No doubt, they're OGs in the game. Shout out to Hamish, AK. Shout out to the $2 super chat. Much love, y'all. Much love, Hamish. Again, with $5 Australian, I believe. As long as the AI isn't making art, story, or music, I don't care if people are asking for tips, but I would still prefer to look up a YouTube tip video. Salute.
I give you a tip. Pause. AI is doing all those things you said that they you don't want them to do.
It's like I said, is AI going to be able to determine the best place for me to like grind at a game or something?
Yeah.
Right.
Champagne Supernova files. But chat, Xbox was like IGN. You want to tax us? I bet. Copilot, take their game guide foot traffic. Best believe the game journalists will be out for blood. Wow.
That's right. You ain't doing that this month.
Donna Taku, $5 super chat. Difference. Yeah, we said this already. Copilot will be contextual because we see what happened in your game real time. Crimpy, $2 super chat. Just woke up. What's the punishment today? It's on hold. Road to Tokyo punishments are on hold till next week. Hollywood Rules, $2 super chat.
We needed a break, guys.
Yes. Ready to talk to my AI like Stark talks to Jarvis. Oh, you know they're going to have the Jarvis one. You already know. THX11138, $2 super chat. Cortana is my AI. Let's get her back on the next Xbox. If they're smart, they should have that as a voice option. No, you said, King? You know what that?
Yeah, no.
All right.
No.
It didn't take off.
Oh, okay.
It was a dud.
Yeah.
Half the people got on Windows and was like, what this is Cortana stuff? And everybody's not a gamer, B.
Right.
But everybody do need a co-pilot. A co-pilot is a sidekick. Get with the times, bro.
Brandon was dope, though. Brandon was dope.
Yes.
Yeah, it was dope as hell, but didn't sell.
Dexter's Joe, $5 super chat. AI is going to be used in every aspect of our lives. Before we know, people are going to make ILP chat GPT bot to fight King.
Wow, crazy. They're doing it now. It's called Guzzling King David's Glizzy.
Yeah, he outside. Hollywood Rules, $2 super chat. Cortana voice AI part of the next console prints money. All right, so we are finally at the final topic. We made it. Jesus, it's a long show today. All right, MLB The Show. A lot of news. King's topic. We got to talk about it. Won't be PS5 Pro enhanced. Shout out to, let's see this K&N affiliate he found. PlayStationLifestyle.net. Shout out to them and the K&N affiliate ways. An upcoming.
Did you say PlayStation affiliate?
Yeah, K&N affiliate ways with PlayStation Lifestyle.net.
Yeah, they rep hard.
They definitely do. He found this one. An upcoming PlayStation Studios game will not be PS5 Pro enhanced. Its developer announced following an incorrect PlayStation Store listing. San Diego's MLB The Show 25 was really thought to be PS5 Pro enhanced because it carried the tag on the PS Store. However, an official game fact confirms there are no enhancements. So they said they think that it was a blooper because it was a first-party game. And they said while the game runs smoothly on PlayStation 5 Pro, it does not include any exclusive enhancements or features beyond the standard performance. The fact reads, PlayStation Store has since removed the tag from MLB The Show's 25's page. And yeah, this is King's topic. King, your thoughts are on MLB The Show.
It's wild crazy how you can say by September 15th, all games being made for the PlayStation 5 Pro must have PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements. And you, the console manufacturer, the first party developer, have put out, will be putting out a first party game with no PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements. How can you mandate something to your developers and your third party developers and you don't do it? How the hell is Microsoft in line with your edict and bringing over games to the PlayStation 5 Pro with PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements and giving you a list of what they are?
Forza Horizon 5.
They told you ray tracing in games. They told you upwards of X amount of frame rate. They told you hyper resolution graphics. They told you all types of things. But PlayStation says, I don't got to do that, but I can require it by everybody else. This is the reason why I said PlayStation is an Xbox, because when Microsoft values you more than PlayStation, and that's a first-party game. If you were looking forward to baseball and you purchased baseball every year it came out, and you brought that $900 PlayStation 5 Pro with the pregnant baby attachment to the side and the stand because it didn't come with any legs.
Sound like console warring, sir. Sound like console.
Actually, I'm not. I'm upset. I'm a consumer. I purchased the PlayStation 5 Pro, and I want to play MLB The Show because it's not in Game Pass this year. Yeah. So I was going to actually purchase this year. You yank it out of Game Pass. You forced me to go over there. I got a Pro, and I said, I'm going to have this happen. And guess what? You're not supporting the device that you told me that was a superior technology to the base. You making me just like the base. What was the reason for me to get rid of the base and get a Pro where you're not even going to support your product?
Okay, well, I hear you.
This is early adopter syndrome right now.
Yes,
I hear
and
you.
And I don't believe any of y'all on the panel has a PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm the only idiot that went out and got
made
it.
the right decisions,
right? But I listened to Sony because Sony told me that they were going to make sure that everybody making a game for the PlayStation 5 Pro will have Pro enhancements. I do not feel enhanced playing MLB The Show. And I want to know why.
You don't feel it. No, listen, I get it.
He's got the right.
He's got it right. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, King. If I felt like it was coming from a genuine spot, I would be more with you. But I think you saw blood and you went for blood.
Yeah, he definitely found this one. No, look, he's right to the letter law. So let's open this. Forte, I gotta ask
I would make a video on that.
Forte, I gotta ask you about this.
I'm here, brother. What you need to ask?
Were you aware of this? Were you aware that there were no Ps5 and enhancements? And now that you are aware, how you feel?
He wants to see the sweat come off the baseball players.
Yes, I do.
Now we hear.
Oh man,
he wants to see the arm.
Robert, Arcade is
coming
with
off
King.
Of the people.
Arcade going hard. He said they seriously not supporting the Pro. It's a first party game.
And they lied in their store and said it had Pro enhancements. Somebody dug deeper and they said nah. And then they removed the sticker.
True.
Bro,
True.
Instead of just saying
that is deceptive.
That's like somebody starting a fight with you and then blocking you. Like what? I thought we was gonna fight. They said, nah, buddy, blocked your ass.
Forte, what do you think about this, sir?
I don't know, man.
No, the funny thing is when I saw this, I went to go look at the case art, and I was like, oh man, it doesn't have it on the case art. It's like it's not there. I was like, oh, okay. So at least they didn't let it get to the retail side of it, or anything. I mean, even though in the digital storefront is way bigger at this point now.
I think enhancements from the PlayStation is on a case-by-case basis.
False advertising.
Yeah, but I don't disagree with what King is saying. It's like, this has always been kind of the problem with features and stuff like this. The adoption of it, happening on a wild scale. I think it's just more of a thing that it's a PlayStation studio that's not doing it. Is why everybody is more like, what's really going on here? Maybe. Well, I will say this: the fact that it's a sports game and it's on a yearly turnaround, maybe it would have took a little bit longer a lot more effort to put those enhancements in there. Maybe at some point this season or this season.
They said no.
Oh, so they say so. They're probably just going to save all that stuff for next year at this point. Because I think that
I could have saved my money to next year.
Hey, well, listen, you could have did what I did and been like, I'm waiting for a game that's coming out that's going to make me want to buy a PS5 Pro. Maybe it would be.
It was MLB The Show. I was preemptive.
He's lying. Oh my god, this man was not doing that.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like I was thinking. I was like, God of War will be the reason I do it, but I know there's probably not going to be a
PlayStation 5 Pro enhancement
until I got a PC for that, and it's on PC, so I can wait. But the next God of War, if it was one like coming out this year or next year or within the next 2 years, I would have bought a Pro because just like I'm looking forward to that. I would have did it, not knowing that it's not going to come to PC for a couple of years. But the only thing that did that is like Grand Theft Auto this year at this point now. Right. But for me, it is kind of a head scratcher it isn't there. But the only thing I could think of, if this was more of a traditional game that took a couple of years of development to do, that it probably would be there, or at least be there within the launch window of the game. But I think would it be in a sports game and them on a yearly cycle, they probably made the decision to say, let's focus on just making the best version of the game we can, and then we'll do the bells and whistles. And they'll probably use the PlayStation 5 Pro as the barometer for the game going forward. But that's just all wishful thinking. But ultimately, King is absolutely right when it comes to like what's going on with the fact that some people spend $600, $700 for a console that doesn't have them.
9, sir. 9.
Well, didn't nobody tell you to overspend?
I didn't overspend. If you add up everything with tax, it comes up to $900.
Well, what did you buy?
I bought the pregnant baby attachment. I brought
no, ain't nobody asked you to buy that.
I got physical games.
I
sir.
do too, but somebody listen, man. You should.
They don't got I got the PlayStation 5. Yeah, my son has it.
Okay, and anytime you want to play, and anytime you wanted to play a game,
that's all the way
physical
upstairs.
Drive, you go use his PlayStation.
No, that's all the way upstairs. I don't go inside his room. No, and he should not touch my Pro. Listen.
You know what's funny? King is all year long. I don't use this, but now he got to use this. So like, he got to have access to it.
Here's the problem. I can't trust you any longer.
Trust is broken.
It's hugely broken, right? That's like if a game came out for Xbox, a first-party title, and wasn't inside Game Pass. Well, look here, buddy. I got Game Pass Ultimate. You told me all the titles will be going inside Game Pass.
So you say it for the letter of the law, it's disingenuous. Like that from a feature standpoint, you were told that games would have PS5 Pro enhancements, and the fact that this is a first-party studio game in conjunction that does not have that, and it was actually removed. I get what you're saying. It is very deceptive.
They told me that I will be gaming at the highest fidelity with a PlayStation 5 Pro. I purchased into that lie, and then they pulled the rug from out under my legs and says, no soup for you. And we said, well, at least tell me why. They removed the sticker out of the store and left me on scene. And I said, now.
And that's the best part of your argument is the removing the stickers.
That's flagrant as hell.
Yeah,
because that's no accountability. That's not like saying, yo, listen.
That's true.
We got a patch coming after launch. We couldn't do this, that, and the third. But we understand for our PlayStation 5 Pro customers, we do value you, and we will do an update patch. Like every other game has been patching their ass all the way through with PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm upset.
Your console language.
No, this is not console warring. This is consumer warring. I'm a consumer that purchased a device, and they told me that all these games will be doing this, especially from them.
I feel that.
Right? If they put out the white papers and they said, if you're gonna make a game for the PlayStation 5 Pro, it must have enhancements. All games must have enhancements. And everybody adhered to that. Well, one of these kids is doing his own thing, and one of these kids isn't one of the same. I'm just saying.
No, look,
I'm upset.
To the letter of the law, is no fighting you on that. We get what you're saying. I don't want to make excuses. You know what I'm saying, for a platform, because if any other platform did that, there would be fire in the street. There would be hell to pay. People would say it anti-consumer. I get
Remember when people said that Xbox should put Forza Horizon on PlayStation with no PlayStation with a PlayStation 5 Pro with no Pro enhancements.
Right.
And I was like, hell no.
Right.
Like, why not use the tech that's in the box? And as a third-party publisher, you do have mandates, and one of the mandates is supporting the hardware.
To the point where some Xbox fans were in their feelings that the PS5 Pro had enhancements.
Oh, well, should have brought a Pro.
But look, I don't know if I want to get Ariel Knight now this mess, but Ariel Knight, your thoughts on anything? Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Good,
yeah, he good. Smart man. He's smart man. He good. So yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I don't have much to add on it. It is very surprising. I did not see this. But
that I'm in agony over here.
And
nobody wants to say, yo, it's like, yeah,
what
King.
Would you like? No, I agree with you. What would you like me to say, sir? Oh, you want me to pick it? You want me to pick it now?
That's right. I want us see, listen, if Ubisoft shareholders, just because they having conversations, right, or supposed conversations with Microsoft, about selling stuff.
Right.
This is way more egregious.
All right, so we got to get on the front line with this one.
An actual crime has been committed. And listen, what I want to say to my fellow PlayStation 5 Pro owners.
I can't.
This is the part where it hurts the most because we supported the devs. We supported the company.
Day one adopter.
We are part of the 80 million consoles sold. To them, we're just a number. They did not look over to us and value us the same way we valued them.
I'm so gross. I can't wait. Let them cook.
We gave them our hard-earned money. I did extra reviews. I worked extra hard. I cut extra videos. I even opened a Twitch channel and I streamed, showing you the difference between PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced games and non-PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced games.
You did all of this just to make content on the PlayStation 5 Pro? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I wanted to support. I wanted to show everyone that the PlayStation 5 Pro is not a sham. The PlayStation 5 Pro is a worthy console.
You was outside day one, chest out.
And I thought Sony had my back. And I turned around and it was Microsoft standing there with me with all their games.
So would it satiate you if they came up with an update and say they're eventually coming with a PS5 Pro?
They need to capitulate, bend the knee, and give either that, or for every game that you don't release with PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements, I need a rebate check. I want reparation.
You want okay, because that's what you was promised. You was I got you.
I was promised the glitz and the glamour.
I feel that. And now you're feeling very basic. You're feeling very value meal. You don't feel like you're dining at the premium restaurant that you paid for.
I looked at the PlayStation 5 base guy and he's in line with me. I called security, and
this ain't the VIP section of the club.
Lo and behold,
he entering the same door you enter.
That should not be.
You ain't got the velvet rope. You ain't that, okay.
So you feeling like how Xbox Series X owners have been feeling for like the last 5 years?
Well, I wouldn't know about that, sir. What we're talking about is this right now.
Oh, you wouldn't know about that? Okay.
And what I can honestly say is,
let's keep focused.
I'm truly hurt.
He's about to end this conversation fast.
Yeah, quick.
Listen, I got to get out of here now.
Yeah.
Let's not compare it to the series.
I'm truly hurt and flabbergasted at the audacity of them to ask everyone else to do something that they're not willing to do. And I want to see all the energy. PlayStation Nation, I want you guys to stand up. I want to see the tweets about this. I want to see the videos about this. Don't talk about Copilot. Talk about why Sony left you in the lurch and left you on scene and MLB the show. This year, they valued you. They took it out of Game Pass and said, if those Xbox bums want to play the game, they must buy it. And we said, okay, sir, I see your challenge. But I said, I have a superior piece of tech. And it will have ray tracing, and it will run this way, and it will run that way. And that came out to be a lie.
You heard it here first, man. You know, King standing on business. Obviously, he feels betrayed, bamboozled. You know,
you want the rebate?
Hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray.
PS5 Pro then landed on him now. And we gonna leave it there.
I'm done.
And we gonna leave it there.
But I am upset though. That's kind of wild.
Salute to the realms with everybody. Let's get these Superchats get by today. It was crazy. Oh
somebody
God.
Clip that and put that out. I want to see any. I want to see
Ariel Nate. I warned him. I was like,
I want somebody to clip that, put that out, and I want to see any PlayStation guy tell me I'm coping.
No, you speaking facts. It's just funny when it go your way. How you found this. Shout out to Crippy with the 5 Super Chat.
I'll read these.
All right, go for it.
Hey King, it's your favorite warrior who likes y'all, and after seeing that finally edited could you do the same for me? More. He wants you to put the hand on his shoulder and eat
he want that. He want that challenge. Oh wow! Look at his next super chat.
He said $5. Remember, I like y'all, so I want y'all.
Wow, that's different. He turned his camera off. He's intimidated. You know when Ken turned his camera off, it got real. He got now I got too real. Now it's offensive. Anyway,
you keep giving power to
you get power to it. They love it. They once he know they affected, that's what they gonna keep on going. Robert Keller, the homie, logged in the building. $5 super chat. While King may be joking a little, he's completely right. If Sony is selling a $700 paperweight, actually used for damn thing. No, for sure. He definitely right.
But we know it's not coming from a genuine
no, it's actually coming from a genuine place. I actually own the hardware. I actually paid $900. And listen,
but he would say the same thing if he did.
No. So check this out. This year, MLB The Show is not inside Game Pass.
Facts.
Stop console warring, buddy.
I'm not console warring. I'm talking the truth. It's not in Game Pass, right?
Yeah, sure.
So they said, yo, if you want to play the game, buy the game. I said, all right, cool. I'll get it on PlayStation 5 Pro. My man.
I feel you.
It's not enhanced.
Yeah, you're getting the best out of the system you purchase.
I mean, maybe if they sent developers those consoles.
Ooh, San Diego Studio. Yeah.
They are the people. Like they have the console.
Sony Studio.
Yes. This is listen. The wildest thing is Hiroki came down and said, "Yeah, ship it just like that." I mean, come on.
I don't know if Hiroki said that, but hey, look, it is interesting.
Somebody
I'm very curious. To your point, how does that happen? Right? How does that?
I want the PlayStation especially when this is supposed to be behind me, bro.
No, I will give you this, and what I will give one thing again, not to console war, but I will give that usually when a feature is part of like the universal platform as far as what they're going to give you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, quick resume is going to be in every game, or smart delivery is going to be in every. That's usually a universal feature, right? So it is strange to see a game not have any form of enhancement. And it's a good call out. I'm not going to take that away. It's just funny that you found that in the weeds and no one else found that. I just thought it was interesting. But anyway,
because they don't report PlayStation,
right? So you got the boot on the neck. You gonna put it out there with fair, same energy is where you at. I get it.
I mean, because people were upset. Xbox dudes was upset, and PlayStation dudes was happy that the PlayStation 5 Pro will have enhancements in Forza Horizon and Indiana Jones, and possibly every other Xbox game going over there. I want to know, why is Microsoft more responsible?
Interesting. And there you have it. We're going to get up out of here. Shout out to Eric. Yo, hold on. Crippy's back. Follow some chat. Why you hiding, boo thing? Hey, yo. He's outside. We got to get it. It's getting late. We got to get in. The road to Tokyo is a little too strong tonight. So we going to get up out of here. Very nice, man. But shout out to my brother, Lord Ariel Knight, Michigan in the building. Stay for the marathon. Drop shot. Go wish list that. We're going to put that in there one more time so you can actually go support, check it out. And, of course, the Patreon, man. Where can find you? What you got going on, sir?
Oh, just Ariel Knight everywhere. I'm mostly on Blue Sky now, though.
Yeah. We're going to put that Blue Sky in there, too, no doubt. We're going to put, actually, your ArielKnight.com. You got a lot of the information.
It's ArielKnight.com.
Yeah, that's actually the best thing, man. Go to ArielKnight.com. Go support our brother. The new joint is out there, man. Always a pleasure to see you. Hopefully we run into you again.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Hopefully we run into again this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you...
I'm 50-50 on Tokyo. I'm trying
we could get you a Tokyo.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All right, try.
We're going to see.
All right, bro. It would be super dope with your I'll see the Lords. We out there. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
And hopefully I have those renders for you by the time we get
there. Hopefully Attic our developer on the scene. We got all the renders. It was going to be... But much love, brother. You know what I'm saying? Always good to see you doing your thing. Can't wait to see
you
more
keep
of it.
saying the developer has
it don't mean it's gonna happen.
On multiple
it don't mean it's gonna happen. If I can't speak it into existence.
I gotta link up with Forte. He close to me.
Ooh, yeah, Forte, what's up, bitch? You get in the building. What's up?
I mean, yeah, just tell me when, man.
Salute.
Right. Tell me when.
Yeah, GameStop. You ain't too far.
Go down to Motor City Casino and lose all our money.
Yeah, get some glizzies together.
Yep.
What? That was some Detroit joint, right? That was some Michigan right there.
Go down. Hey, go.
Coney's.
Hey, Nathan or American.
Neither. I don't
Yeah,
know. I was just joking. I'm really part of y'all community that y'all have here. That's not really me.
Listen,
Yeah.
thank you for joking about that, because that was not cool. I was like, man, I can't see him in L.A. He might do an attic. Attic pulled out. We was at the what was that? What was that? A Comic-Con. And Attic had 2 butt naked glizzies on the plate.
Hey,
I'm like, come on, man. And then they thought I was eating it with him because who's gonna have
funny, Ariel? Well,
Yeah,
went up
you
there
pigs
and
in
bought
the
it.
blanket,
I bought 2 on purpose so I could give the illusion King, because I only took a picture of me and King.
Like King had one on the side.
And they looked at it. Everybody looked at it, was like, ooh, that ain't street dog. That's inside dog. Like, dude, knew where his hot dog came from, son. That's a house dog. That ain't no street dog.
Yeah, man. Yo,
he ain't had no battle strack, no nothing.
That's wild, nasty
He was
work.
just all shriveled up, looking all weird.
Oh, wow. Oh, hold on. Slow-mo coming at you, Forte. He said the suggestions of Forte are solely the suggestions of Gaming Forte. DPS Gaming does not support too many glizzies. Yo, your co-host came at you crazy, Forte. Damn, that was hard.
Now you know what we need. Since you got that crowdfunding over there on DPS, we need a goal that slow-mo and Forte
Hey, yo, that's wild. Anyway, we gotta get it. It's late. It's late. Anyway, everyone said they could buy
this camera up a little bit. It's a little too close right now.
Yeah, a little too good. Move that back a little bit. But everybody said they could buy us to the homie Aerial Night. You know what I'm saying? Forte, you already did yours. Addict to the homie. Shout him out.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, giving more of a perspective on developer stuff. We only talk about consumer, so it is nice to get someone on the other aspect, even though if we disagree on stuff.
Yeah,
as far as
I appreciate y'all opinions. I like hearing y'all opinions, and that's one of the things I was talking about earlier with the Patreon and all that. So it's dope. It's all love.
He liked their opinions, but he's surely gonna tell us like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm just right.
He said, I love listening to people that don't know what they talking about.
I love it.
I love it, bro. I love
it. He respectfully declines. Now we're gonna get that going.
We gotta get that going.
Hey,
you don't have to two-hand it. Maybe just one.
Hey, you know what?
You have to get that going.
You know what?
Cog said it's late. Cog said it's late. We gotta go.
Yeah, we got to go. I mean,
we've been had to go.
Been had to go.
So appreciate everyone coming through. I don't know who I'm gonna send you guys to yet, but if there ain't no one on that I feel is worthy of it, then you guys just go into the back end of YouTube.
Hopefully PD next week. We got to send people to PD next week. His birthday. I will make sure he gets some birthday love, but not this week. Next week.
I send to every time I send stuff people to PD. He's not in his chair.
No, I got it. We've been talking. We've been talking about it. See, no doubt. Lord King, where can the people find you? Shout out the homie Aerial Night. Another one.
Yo, it's truly a blessing to know you.
Yes.
Right, and watch your rise in the community. In all seriousness, because our conversation that day was nuts, right? And but it felt like a friend. Like, you understand? Like, it was wild. If y'all if anybody can find out, but y'all won't. You damn sure won't. But it was just refreshing, because we come across a lot of people that aren't that way, right? They're forward facing in one way, and then it turns out to be something totally different. And you came on today. You stayed the whole show. Usually somebody come on, pedal their wares, and they out by the next segment. Yeah, I stick around for one segment, and then they're out by the next segment. You stood through 100% of the time, and you gave incredible feedback on certain topics. Some topics you didn't give a damn about, but but no, that's true to you though. Like you, and that's one thing that I appreciate about you, that you've been true to you. I told my son, because my son wanted to make games, and he made a basketball game in school, and they was talking about it. Like, you just shoot the ball in the hoop, just like you said, move that box, right? And he showed his moms that he made the ball go in the hoop, like from scratch, whatever. And I said, keep it up. And I showed him never yield. I said, keep it up. You could be like my guy. I said, one thing that he didn't do is give up.
Facts.
And that's the best part about you, bro. You don't give up. You keep pushing on, and everything is fantastic. So thank you for showing up. Everybody that likes my videos, they go up 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Xbox Frontline News. Every day I stream on Frontline Gaming Streams, where now I'll be putting my PlayStation 5 Pro here with me right alongside my Series X, and I'm gonna bring my my gimped up Switch that's about to be replaced by his soon to be bigger brother, and we'll be playing more games.
That's coming close.
Because
can't wait, bro.
Because you guys do not care for going over to Twitch. Yeah, that guy right there is part of the We Too. You too.
Anyway.
But thank you. And then you can catch me on Iron Lords podcast.
Salute. You already know. We got to go on some super chats. He wants me to call Wimpy Analog me. I don't know what that means. To our super chat. And Cog, you need to read this name. Please call me Wimpy. All right. It's a CR in front, but you just want me to call Wimpy. All right, I got you, bro. Anyway, look, everybody enjoy your Sunday. Anything else we got to do, Attic, before we play the Bills? Get out of here. Send them over.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Bam Namco.
Shout out to Bam, though. You already know.
They're doing the Sparkling Zero final.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody. Enjoy
nice.
your Sunday. We up out of here.
Peace.
Peace.